Have you ever wondered if the ghost of Anne Boleyn still haunts the Tower of London, the very place where she met her tragic end? The echo of this question reverberates through the centuries, chilling the marrow of those who dare to ponder upon it. Anne Boleyn, the ill-fated second wife of King Henry VIII, a woman whose allure changed the course of English history, met her untimely end at the Tower. Her story is intrinsically woven into the very stones of this ancient fortress, her spectral presence forever imprinted on its cold, gray walls. The Tower of London, a place that has witnessed the rise and fall of countless lives, is renowned as one of the most haunted locations on the globe. Its long history is a tapestry woven with tales of treachery, power, and ghostly apparitions. Join us as we unravel the ghostly enigma of Anne Boleyn and explore the chilling hauntings of the Tower of London. Anne Boleyn's life was a whirlwind of ambition, love, and ultimately tragedy. Anne Boleyn was more than just a queen. She was a woman of remarkable wit, charm, and intelligence who rose from relative obscurity to become one of the most influential figures in English history. Her rise to power began when she caught the eye of King Henry VIII. Smitten by her beauty and intellect, the king pursued Anne relentlessly. But Anne was not content to be a mere mistress. She wanted to be queen. Anne's influence over the king was profound. She encouraged him to break away from the Catholic Church when the Pope refused to annul his marriage to Catherine of Aragon. This led to the English Reformation, a seismic shift in religious and political power that forever changed the landscape of England and Europe. Anne Boleyn wasn't just a queen, she was a catalyst for change. Anne's relationship with the king was a passionate one, marked by intense love and equally intense conflict. She was a force to be reckoned with, a woman who refused to be sidelined or silenced. She held her own in a court dominated by men, wielding her influence with skill and determination. But her rise to power was not without its challenges. She faced opposition from those who saw her as a threat, including those within the king's own court. Her unconventional path to the throne, coupled with her role in the Reformation, made her a target for those who wished to preserve the status quo. Yet, in spite of the obstacles she faced, Anne remained steadfast. She was a woman of conviction, who believed in her ability to shape her own destiny. She was not just a queen, but a pioneer, a trailblazer who dared to challenge the norms of her time. But it was this rise to power that set the stage for her downfall. Anne Boleyn's fall from grace was as swift as her rise. In the spring of 1536, the tide turned against her. Rumors swirled around the court, whispers of adultery, incest, and even witchcraft, charges that were as horrifying as they were unfounded. Anne was arrested on the 2nd of May, brought before a jury of her peers, including her own uncle, the Duke of Norfolk. The trial was a spectacle, a grim theater of false accusations and predetermined outcomes. The Queen, once the dazzling jewel of King Henry's court, was now the accused, standing alone against a tide of hostility. The evidence was questionable at best, yet the verdict was unequivocal: guilty. The sentence? Death by beheading, a punishment as brutal as it was final. Yet, Anne faced her fate with a dignity that belied the circumstances. Her final moments were spent in the Tower of London, the same place that had seen her rise to power, now a cold stone prison. She was executed on the 19th of May, her life extinguished with a single stroke of the executioner's sword. Her body was hastily buried in an unmarked grave within the chapel of St. Peter ad Vincula, a stark contrast to the lavish ceremonies that had marked her coronation. It was a tragic end for a queen who had once held the heart of a king and the power of a nation. Yet in the eerie silence that followed her execution, something lingered. A presence, a whisper, a chill that seemed to seep into the very stones of the tower. Anne's physical presence was gone, her life cruelly cut short. But her spirit? That was a different matter entirely. The echoes of her laughter, the glimmers of her defiance, the remnants of her courage, they remained, etched into the history of the tower. As the sun set on the day of her execution, a new chapter was beginning. A chapter of shadows and specters, of chilling sightings and haunted corridors. Anne was gone, but she was not forgotten. Little did they know, Anne's story was far from over. Anne Boleyn's death was not the end of her story, but merely the beginning of her afterlife. A chilling thought indeed that the end of our mortal coil might be just the prologue to an eternal spectral existence. For Anne Boleyn, her ghostly tale has been whispered and shivered over for centuries, the Tower of London playing host to her spectral presence. Many visitors to the tower have reported seeing the headless apparition of Anne Boleyn. But why headless, you might ask? The answer lies in the brutal method of her earthly departure. Anne Boleyn was beheaded, a grim end befitting her status as a fallen queen. And so, her ghost is often seen wandering the tower's cold stone corridors, her head tucked under her arm, reliving her final moments in a ceaseless loop of ghostly despair. One of the most chilling sightings occurred on the anniversary of her execution. A guard reported seeing a ghostly procession making its way towards the chapel of St. Peter ad Vincula. Leading the procession was none other than Anne Boleyn, her spectral form gliding ahead with her head held high, or rather held under her arm. The guard, in his shock, challenged the apparition, only to pass right through her, an icy chill his only answer. It's not just at the tower where Anne's ghost has been sighted. She also haunts Hever Castle, her childhood home. Witnesses speak of seeing her ghostly figure drifting across the bridge that spans the River Eden, or weeping in the gardens, a spectral figure forever trapped in her tragic past. Historical records are filled with accounts of Anne Boleyn's hauntings. From Queen Victoria's reign to the present day, people from all walks of life have reported witnessing Anne's ghost. From guards to visitors, from skeptics to believers, their accounts share a common thread: the haunting image of a headless queen, forever trapped within the stone walls of her prison and execution ground. Potential evidence of her hauntings. That's a tricky one. The paranormal is a realm where evidence is as elusive as the ghosts themselves. Yet, strange occurrences continue to happen at the Tower of London and Hever Castle. Unexplained noises, sudden drops in temperature, and eerie sensations of being watched have all been reported, adding to the ghostly lore of Anne Boleyn. Anne's ghostly presence continues to captivate and terrify those who dare to venture into her haunting grounds. Her spectral tale serves as a chilling reminder of a life cut short, a queen brought low, and a spirit that refuses to be silenced. The ghost of Anne Boleyn, it seems, is as enduring as the stone walls of the tower itself. Anne Boleyn's legacy extends beyond her life and into the realm of the supernatural. With her spectral presence in the Tower of London, she has become an enduring symbol of the uncanny, a figure that bridges the gap between the living and the dead. Her ghostly sightings have not only enthralled paranormal enthusiasts, but have also left an indelible mark on popular culture. Her mysterious apparition has been the subject of numerous books, films, and television shows, making her one of the most recognized ghosts in the world. From the chilling horror novel, The Haunting of Anne Boleyn, to the eerie episodes of the popular TV show, Ghost Hunters, her spectral figure continues to fascinate and terrify audiences around the globe. But why is it that Anne Boleyn's spirit remains restless? Why does she continue to haunt the Tower of London? There are several theories that attempt to answer these intriguing questions. One theory suggests that her spirit is unable to find peace due to the tragic and unjust circumstances of her death. Anne Boleyn was, after all, beheaded on false charges, a victim of political machinations and the whims of a tyrannical king. Her execution left a dark stain on the history of England, and it is believed that her ghost lingers as a grim reminder of this injustice. Another theory proposes that her spirit remains tied to the tower due to the strong emotional ties she had with the place. It was at the tower that she experienced some of the most significant events of her life: her coronation as queen, the birth of her daughter Elizabeth, and ultimately, her execution. Paranormal experts also posit that her ghostly apparitions could be a form of residual haunting, a phenomenon where intense emotional energy is imprinted on a location, causing a replay of certain events. In the case of Anne Boleyn, her ghost is often seen replaying the moments leading up to her execution. Regardless of the theories, one thing remains clear: Anne Boleyn's ghost continues to captivate our imaginations and fuel our fascination with the supernatural. Her spectral legacy, much like the woman herself, is complex, enigmatic, and utterly compelling. As we delve into the mystery of Anne Boleyn's ghost, we are reminded that her story, much like her spirit, refuses to fade into the annals of history. Her haunting presence serves as a poignant reminder of a woman who, in life and in death, continues to leave an indelible mark on our world. Anne Boleyn's story, while tragic and chilling, is an enduring tale that continues to captivate and intrigue us. Her spectral presence is a testament to her indomitable spirit, a stark reminder of the strength and resilience of a woman who refused to be forgotten. Whether you believe in the supernatural or not, there's no denying the impact Anne Boleyn's ghostly legacy has had on our culture and our understanding of history. Her haunting echoes through the centuries, a chilling reminder of the injustices she suffered and the indelible mark she left on the world. But Anne Boleyn's story isn't just a tale of tragedy and injustice. It's also a story of resilience and determination, a story of a woman who, in the face of adversity, refused to be silenced, refused to be forgotten. Whether it's through her spectral presence at the Tower of London, or through the countless stories, books, and films that continue to be inspired by her, Anne Boleyn's story continues to be told, continues to resonate, continues to inspire. As we remember Anne Boleyn, we remember not just the tragic end she met, but the incredible life she led, the indomitable spirit she possessed, and the enduring legacy she left behind. And perhaps that's why her ghost continues to haunt the Tower of London, why her story continues to captivate us. Because Anne Boleyn, in life and in death, refuses to be forgotten. And neither should we forget her. So, as we conclude our exploration of Anne Boleyn's ghostly legacy, we invite you to ponder on her story, to remember her life and her legacy, and to keep her spirit alive in your hearts and minds. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to Ghostly Legends for more spine-chilling stories. Until next time, keep exploring the unexplained. And remember, the past is never truly gone. It lingers, it haunts, it continues to tell its stories. And as long as we listen, as long as we remember the past and the spirits that inhabit it, will never fade away.